they are not
They
having
fixed
any
it.
of it. They're just like now they've started scampering on all fours away from you guys.
Thanks for letting me know, Duran.
They yell back like this doesn't change anything. We're gonna still beat you this year. You're never gonna get your hands on that spider webbing.
And
apparently they know what you guys are planning.
So I'll turn to Bronny and be like, "Oh shit, they're gonna do the same shit as us." But high five.
Bronny high fives Tinsel, and he's just like, well, he doesn't say anything actually. He's just gonna like look at him.
Solid high five.
In Bronny's head, he's thinking, well, if they have amnesia, they'll forget about all of this and the spider web. But that's mean. So he's just like kind of like leaves it there.
Hopefully.
Beauty.
So after me the small exchange with the muffin top berries, you guys are set to head out. You pretty much have access to anything that you would need to go on this expedition. Yeah, materials wise, you can find ropes and like pittons for climbing trees, things like that. Being
Yep, I had it on mute on accident.
Lumber elves, Bronny knows all about prepping for hikes into the woods. So if you want to bring anything out of your pack, just let me know, and within reason, you can pretty much just say you have it.
I draw 17 bags of holding from my bag of holding.
Yeah, and I definitely pull out a dragon.
Yeah,
it's my friend.
Just a small one.
A small one.
Yeah, a tiny dragon.
That's got fireball.
That could fit in a bag of holding.
All right, well, I'm gonna turn to Bronny and say, well, that was fun. I suppose we should probably be on our way.
Yeah, all right. Let's just leave them. And then I just start singing like this like heavenly song. It's almost, in the words of my character sheet, it's almost magical.
We're gonna need a song, I think.
It says once per day, you and all your friends get a +4 bonus to all combat actions for the rest of combat. So I don't know if this just applies the whole day then.
Yeah, I mean you can. So it's like it's kind of like your big what am I trying to say?
Of sorts.
Yeah. I guess it's sort of your last hurrah sort of deal. So like you can sing normally, but once until you have rested is what that's supposed to mean.
Also, you use it in combat. Then it's not something you just apply.
Right.
And then it's just good for 24 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that just sort of lasts for like the combat and then going forward.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind for later, maybe. So you guys know where you're heading. Again, we are on our way to the Peppermint Hills, sort of a little beyond that. And as you're making your way, you see other elves, but then things start to get sparse. Maybe you see a reindeer walking by here and there.
Hi, Blitzen.
But yeah, but then you're really out there. You've been walking for a couple of hours. The only thing you can really see are pine trees, and the you start to see the peppermint boulders, striped as they are, that contain the most delicious mint ore that can be mined from the from the North Pole.
Wonderful.
And as you're looking around, you guys start to remember things about the licorice spiders that you are hunting. They're known to fell pine trees, or and they also, if they can get their hands on, or I guess their spidery legs, they don't really have hands.
I think they should have hands. Just
Basically,
comical
Yeah, why not?
cartoon
that would be
gloves.
the
Yeah.
You see a bunch of handprints in the snow. That would be terrifying. I'll feed you later. Yeah. Anyway, so you know that they will go after this mint ore that that's sort of been mined already, but they don't have the means to break open these boulders. But sometimes the elves come out, they're looking for
So
ingredients,
they're scavengers kind of thing.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they will consume these things, and along with normal sorts of prey that spiders would prey on, but also these spiders are like big enough to prey on elves, so that
Lovely.
is, yeah, that's sort of a big deal.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I'll turn to Brawny again and just be like, let's try and I guess make this as quick as possible. This place gives me the willies.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit more brave. And actually, I don't know if I can. Maybe you can let me know. But I'm gonna walk over to like one of the minty ore veins, and I want to see if I can find like a small piece, and I want to plop it in my hot chocolate that I've been drinking.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
So I walk over, I have my axe, and I picture I just kind of pull it off my belt, and I just kind of like whack a piece in a little chunk. I just plop it in, and start stirring up my finger. Yeah, and I take a big sip.
So delicious.
Brawny, are we gonna need some of this peppermint for our house, do you think?
I can only imagine. Probably stack up real nice for the chimney.
So I'm gonna just say, all right, well, step back for just a quick second, and I'll pull out one of my chromatic ornaments that I have. I can cause a fragile ornament of beauty to become an explosive armament of destruction. It is a ranged attack, so I'm gonna step back and do 3d8 damage to one of these boulders.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You automatically.
I have to hit, of course. Do I? Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, you can just. I mean, it's a boulder.
Yeah. I feel like this is my throw.
It like clinks off of the top and rolls down a little bit, and then just this like
nice,
and it like carves into the peppermint boulder, and you see red and white and a little bit of green come out, and there are plenty of shards all over the place.
Brawny, did you get hit by any of that? I hope not.
And as you look over at him, he's like picking little pieces off his face. He's just kind of like he flicks them on the ground, and like every so often he'll tap one on his tongue and just kind of like wish it around, and he just looks at you and he's like, "Well, at least you hit it this year."
Sorry, pal. All right.
But I imagine we are gonna gather some pieces though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a couple handfuls of them.
I'd say, you could probably get like a good, 5-6 pounds.
Nice.
Let's say 6 pounds of nice, good peppermint.
That's a lot of peppermint.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
we're gonna need it.
These are boulders.
Yeah. All right.
So you have created a peppermint mess, and you know that you're headed the right direction because of the boulders
Right.
and the pine trees. You actually look off in over to your right after all this has happened, and you see a few fallen pines, and you go and look over at them, and you're like, oh yeah, like that's definitely
Mm.
probably a sign that the licorice spiders have been in this area before, but this one looks really old, so
Okay.
they're probably not too close. Why don't Brawny, why don't you give me a nature check to see if you can get a track on these spiders here.
Oof.
11. Okay, not bad. So for this, it's not necessarily that you've
Actually,
like failed, but it's taken some time to pick up the trail.
Mm.
And so about an hour goes by, and you both are kind of circling, backtracking a little bit. You see the trees again that are fallen. You're like, didn't realize we were going in a circle. And finally, you do see a second tree has been. This one's not fallen over, but it has been marked
Munched
up.
on.
Yeah, munched on, and there's like sap flowing down, like just a whole bunch of sap is flowing down this tree, and that's sort of a key indicator of the licorice spiders. They like to lick up all that sap and turn it into the sweet and durable webbing that you're after.
What do you see, Braun?
Well, it took a minute, but right there. And he kind of walks up and he starts going on and on and on about how, yeah, if you look at the tree, it usually grows out this way. And if you look here, you'll see where they chewed out the core. And if they get to the core, that's the sweet stuff. And hang on, let me show you this. And he pulls out like his axe and he starts kind of like chipping away. And he's just like giving you a whole lesson about these trees.
I think while he's doing that, I'm just going to be absentmindedly like touching another tree, and I'm going to go, well, this here is an aspen. You can tell it's an aspen because of the way it is.
No, it's absolutely
mockingly.
No, it's not. And he walks over and he looks at it and he goes, this one's an aspen. Yeah. And then he just kind of like walks away. Like,
you get lucky.
It's like, there's no way you're right. There's no way you're right. And then like, oh, okay, you're right. Yeah, all right.
Clearly.
All right. Can I roll like perception to see if there's anything still around in this area of this
Sure, yeah.
tree?
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Okay, investigation.
Looking around for stuff.
My intelligence +1, so that would be a 18. Shit, I'm on fire tonight.
Nice, yeah. Okay, so you notice that there are like pieces of bark, and even a few scattered remnants of peppermint ore, and it's hard to notice a trail because there are a lot of trees around you. Like you're in a forest, but clearly there are pieces of bark that are like sticking up out of the snow. Like there was a recent snowfall, but these bark like were felled and then they got snowed over, but there's a line of them, like a trail that kind of carries off into the distance.
I'm gonna kind of gesture to the trail and just go, Braun, after you, my friend.
He looks down the trail and he's kind of staring at the tree. And he's like, I don't know, I didn't think it was an aspen, but yeah, okay, here we go. And then he just kind of like he follows like what you pointed out.
Yeah.
Fair. So you guys,
I'm gonna trail behind him about 10 feet, just
okay.
Because I'm a bit of a puss. I think.
Yeah, and Brawny's not being like stealthy or anything. He's all concerned that he got the aspen wrong. So he's just like chewing on his like, huge candy cane in his mouth, just like looking around like
kicking snow and
yeah. Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, so Brawny and Tinsel, you continue to make your way down the trail, and it gets it's not too difficult to follow, but after a while, you're kind of like, how far is this? Um, roll, both of you, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception is wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
19.
nice.
2.
Oof.
Whoops.
So,
Well, I wasn't paying
Bronny's-
attention, so
Yeah,
makes sense.
Bronny's just kind of trudging through, looking up. That's an aspen.
Practicing.
Yeah,
That's an aspen. That one's not. Wait, what? He's just like way not
And
paying
then-
attention.
Yeah. And Tinsel Conifer, you actually hear the snapping of a twig, and it's coming from in front of you a decent ways, but it also kind of sounds like it might be up in a tree. Like it's not on the ground.
All right, I'm gonna say, Dingus, heads up. I'm just kind of stopping my
That's
tracks.
not a tree. Brett, what is that? What's a heads up? He kind of like turns around and looks at you and sees you kind of looking past him, and he looks up.
Mm-hmm. You don't see anything yet, but like you stopping, it's like eerily quiet. Like you
I don't
notice
like
now,
this, Braun.
you notice now that like there's nothing, making any noise, no birds or
Okay.
even the the snow falling off of the trees.
Do I see any like the spider webs or anything like that when I look around?
No spider webs. However, easily enough, after standing and sort of observing for a minute, there was a bright red like leg, like a clothed leg, just hanging.
Not attached to the rest of the
out of-
body?
No. It's like
Okay.
like you can like it's definitely like sort of out of place, but it looks like it's grasping onto a tree.
Braun,
Like it's
I
part
think,
of a body.
I think, do you remember if Santa said he was going to be building any tree houses recently?
Ah, no, we don't have the right trees growing. See, what we need is actually like a softer wood, so the weight of the branches can hold up the treehouse, right? And with the weight of the snow on top.
Listen,
What?
do you recognize those boots, or at least that boot? Because I sure as hell think I do.
And then he looks back. He like looks up and he takes a real close look. And I mean, do I recognize it? Can I tell whose it is or anything? I mean,
It is the same sort of red that the big man himself would wear. However, the leg is much too small. This is an elf. Like you guys know that somebody is hiding up in the tree, maybe waiting for you. You're not sure, but there's someone up in that tree.
Braun, my depth perception seems to be a bit off. Can you just give that tree a good shake, maybe?
yeah. How Braun, he's real brawny, right? He's real strong.
Oh,
So like,
yeah,
how big is
he's
this tree?
strong.
Can I like grab it and just like?
Well, as you get a little bit closer to the tree, you reach out. You're about to, put hands on it, I guess. And you hear a familiar voice coming from a different tree, and it says, "We got you now." It's the
Uh-oh. He's freezing.
He froze. I was gonna say I go into like Neo Matrix mode with my response, my reaction,
Yeah.
just dodging things. Oh,
All right. He might need to reconnect here. I will be right back, and we will work on figuring this out.
oh boy. Well then,
I think his computer might have crashed.
I'm thinking so based on the thing. Oh, he's typing. Do. I have any cool music to play? That's not good. Let's try this one. Oh. Well, here we go.
All right.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna switch on back here too.
Very strange.
All right. Let me just adjust this. Just waiting on Icosahex to
Yeah,
ready.
Let me see if
Remember?
I can start. I think I might have to move my cameras around a little
Sure.
bit. Other than that,
No worries. I just did the same thing anyways. It was perfect timing, right at the cliffhanger moment.
I know, right?
You're like, and it's the two brother.
They're there. Tune in next week.
Yeah. Previously on.
Okay, for some reason my Streamlabs is not opening.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going. I think the worst thing is technical difficulties that you're like
Yeah.
have no
When-
idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're not sure. You kill anything yet, Bags? Oh.
What?
Someone in your chat, you kill anything yet?
Oh, I didn't even have it up. What's up, Dirty? How you doing, man? I have not killed anything yet. I threw a snowball. Threw a snowball at a guy. I'm in your face.
Okay, moving.
Hey.
Moving these things real quick.
So while Icosahex is figuring that out,
We had some technical
I'll just
difficulties.
say, make sure that you guys check out the YouTube and the podcast links. I'm going to put them in Max's chat here really quick.
Thank you for that.
Kill.
Hopefully he doesn't block him.
Yeah, just give me a quick permit, maybe, before I type it out.
We'll just
Or I'll post it and you can repost it. I'll just time myself out on purpose.
that also works. It's easier that way anyway.
All right.
There we go.
So
We are elves, and we are fighting
All right, we should be
spider silk spiders that we need their silk to make gingerbread
All right,
houses.
and then we will post our Ret-Con-Artist links here really quick. Make sure you guys catch up on those. And we will hopefully be back on schedule by next week for that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look at that. Welcome back, Icosahex.
Awesome. Sorry about that, everybody.
It's all good. I just
Weird.
realized that I have some information up that I don't need up on mine.
Yeah.
Boop.
me get you.
And
My computer is at a normal temperature. I have no idea what that was. All right. So as I was saying,
yes.
you guys hear a familiar voice and, you know, calling down to you from the tops of the trees are the Berry brothers. They have somehow found their way into the trees above you, and one of them yells down, "We're not in the town anymore. We're gonna put an end to you guys for good." And then he like leaps from the top of the tree, and he's got this huge sharpened candy cane,
Jesus.
and he's coming down at you. I need since Brawny, you are the closest, he's gonna go for you. Roll a dex save just to see if you can move out of the way in time, and then we will. Oof.
He just stares at him as he's flying through the tree. He shifts the candy cane like a cigar in his mouth again. He just goes, "Bring it," and just like lets him.
And just
And as
steals
you-
himself.
Yeah, as you stare, up at him, his eyes get closer to you. You can see the, like he's intent on killing you. He hits you, and he's going to do
Roll the 3, by the way.
5 damage, and another 4 damage. Sorry, 4 damage from the falling on top of you.
While Brawny is sitting there.
9 total then, right?
Yeah, 9 total. And and let's roll initiative also.
Okay. And as we do that, can I just like mention to Brawny? I'll just say, I think they're trying to hurt us.
And I do have. Oh no! When my computer broke. Wait, did this mess up? No.
Uh-oh.
I had
The
like
roll 20?
trees and.
Oh no!
What is going?
Did it not say it?
Wait, no. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it didn't. But it should be like. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Does that look okay on you guys?
I don't see it on my end yet. Actually, on roll. I don't know how to use roll 20. So
Oh!
You gotta
sorry,
shift
I
us
forgot
to the right
move
page.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to move.
There we
you
go.
guys over.
Hey,
There
we
we
go. Sweet.
Okay. So now, for a second, I thought it was messed up.
Oh,
Okay, so so
think
I
it's just
don't
loading in.
have good tokens, so I'm just gonna have to draw shapes for you guys.
Okay.
There we go. You can make your own little guys. We'll just have the berries be green. Oh, not that one. Wait,
I'm trying to work this system. I'm terrible with roll 20.
Yeah, no, it's
There we go.
It's difficult. Okay, there we go. There you go. One
There's me. We've got the cigar
This is
candy
good.
cane and everything.
Cane?
I love
Yep.
it. I
Oh
love
goodness.
it.
I'm trying to figure out how I can pan around on this thing.
We'll have another.
Top left, there's a little arrow. With
Green.
pan. You.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
it's not like letting me click. Oh, there we go. I got it. I figured it out.
we are hilarious.
We're the best.
all I
Okay,
see,
there we go.
all
There
I
you
see
go.
is the snow right now, though.
That's all there
All
is.
you see is the snip.
Oh,
That's all I see anyway.
Wait, you guys can't see the trees?
I can
Huh.
on your stream, but not in here.
What?
Oh, you on GM layer, don't you?
Oh no! I don't know how to do roll 20. Wait, so
Yeah.
how do I?
You gotta select all the trees, and then right click,
Okay.
and then hit token or map layer.
Trees, and then token layer. Is that right?
Hey, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Good.
Okay, who am I?
Can you see the green square and the red
I
square?
can, yeah.
Okay, good.
Are those our bad
Is that
boys?
us or the bad guys?
Yeah, those. Okay, so the red one is Barry and the green one is Barry. But here, wait, how do I move these guys? There we go. Oh yeah, there. Wait, why can't I move them now? Oh my god, now I can't move them. Why?
You gotta
The
select
shapes?
map layer, whatever layer you drew it on.
Oh my god.
What'd you draw it on? Token, map,
I thought I drew it on. Oh, I think I drew it on the map layer.
and yeah, you gotta select map.
How do I select maps? Oh, maybe I didn't draw it on there. Oh, there we go.
That's gonna be
Yeah,
Tinsel's token.
fair enough. Okay, now but now I can't see the grid. Whatever. We're
That's
just
okay. We'll eyeball it.
We got it. All right. So on top of
Spaghetti.
oh great, now I'm moving the no. What is going on? Oh my god, this is the worst. Okay, selected that. Okay, for some reason I'm moving the actual map now. I have no idea what I'm doing.
You'll get it.
You know, you can always just draw arrows if they move. Just be like,
Yeah.
he went here, and then he went here.
Oh, okay. I fixed it.
Okay.
Man, you're like way better at this than I am. It's really funny.
I play on Roll20 all the time, so.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so this is how we are. We got candy cane, berry, the red berry with the candy cane, and green berry is actually he's in this tree over here still.
Okay.
So, all right. So we got initiative to
Roll an 8.
go through. Well, what'd you get? Go.
17.
Ooh, nice.
For tinsel, it's a 17, my favorite number.
And all right, we got berry. Red berry is a 10, and green berry is a 15. All right. So first up is Mr. High Roller over there in GoatGM.
All right.
What does tinsel do? They
Well,
seem to have the
break his
intent to
fucking
kill
legs.
this time rather than just you know the nice rivalry that you've had going in the gingerbread construction.
what we thought was a nice rivalry, but
Yeah.
apparently they thought was a lot worse.
82
I'm gonna-
years of second place will do that to a man.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna let me see. I'm
Yeah,
1,
sure.
2, 3, 4. So I'm about 20 feet away from that tree that Dingus is in.
Oh yeah.
And I'm about 15 feet, 20 feet from the other guy. So he's basically like right on top of my buddy, right?
Yeah, they're like in a tussle now
All right.
with a candy cane, like a giant candy cane that's as big as he is, basically.
Okay, well, I'm first things first. My spells that I have, I probably would have a problem being I guess not damaging to my pal Brawny. So I'm just gonna like charge this guy. And
Okay.
I don't have the best strength, but I'm gonna charge him and try and knock him off of him.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Make a bull rush sort of thing. Just trying
Yeah.
to shove him.
There. So
Yeah.
what do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah, make an attack roll, and just add your strength. See if you can-
18 plus 0.
Well, you beat Barry, so
All right.
he is knocked off of his feet,
Okay.
and he's now prone
Yeah.
on the ground, and you're standing over him. That took like your whole action, so you won't be able to do anything
Okay.
else, but he is now not on top of Brawny.
Okay.
And
I take it I'm kind of like on top of him grappling a bit
you
now?
could do you want to be grappling him, or do you want to just
I
like
kind of wanted
shove
to
him
like
over?
try and I wanted to dump tackle him,
Like,
kind of thing.
okay.
I'm not very big, but
Sure.
dump tackle
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Now I'm just kind of like there with him.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I think I'm gonna turn to Brawny in the middle of it, just quickly say like, let's get these fuckers.
yeah. So you're on the ground with Barry, and it is now Red Berry's turn actually.
Okay.
And so he is going to try and shove you off of him, but with the spear. Like he's like,
Oh shit. Okay.
Tries
Do I have to resist that or anything, or is that?
Let me see. You know what? He does not do very well.
Did he roll poorly?
So he doesn't realize that the cane part, like the hook, is sort of still around Brawny's leg, and he goes to like lift you up, but it is way heavier and also kind of like tugs Brawny a little bit, and he just doesn't like. He like rams it straight into the ground instead of trying to shove you off. He's like,
Okay.
So he's just like like real frustrated.
Yeah. Perfect.
And then Greenberry, he actually has a bow and is going to stay in the tree and shoot at you guys. So I think Tinsel is probably the easiest shot. Ooh, and he rolled a crit.
Oh shit. I was gonna say my armor class is only 12 anyways.
Dodge it!
Yeah.
So he's got he does 4 plus 2 damage. So he only does 6 damage.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Yeah, he's just got like a simple like candy bow. Not too bad.
Shoots mini candy canes, like the little package ones.
Yeah. Like little like bolts of candy canes. However, Greenberry is going to he like reaches into his pocket, and you can't quite see. Actually, roll. He's gonna try and do this sneakily. Roll. Both of you can roll a perception check to see if you see what he has in his hand as he's like he like grabs something and then goes to put it in his mouth.
Perception 16, 18.
He rolled real high.
I know. I gotta maybe try a different D20. Maybe this new one I got isn't as weighted as I thought.
As weighted. So Barry, he like reaches into a pouch, his pocket. You can't quite see, and he puts something into his mouth, and you don't know what it is yet.
Oh, great.
And now it is Brony's turn.
So the red one is currently prone, then?
Yes, with Tinsel on top of him.
Okay. So then I'm gonna stand up.
They're sort of not grappled, but like, they're on
in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I just wanted to make sure because you get advantage for the melee attack against a prone enemy.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to make sure he was actually prone. Okay. So Brawny like stands up. That's just half his movement. So he stands up and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him. And he pulls his axe off, and he's like, ain't no candy canes here. And he just takes his axe and he just swings it down on the red berry guy.
Yeah, make an attack at advantage because he is prone. He's just.
Am I able to try and get out of the way of this? Because I am presently straddling this dude.
Yeah,
basically.
you're not like hindered.
Okay.
So I'd say that it's pretty easy to get out of it. Was that
okay.
A 19?
Well, I mean, he rolled a fucking 19 anyways. So.
Wait.
Yeah, you rolled 3 times there, Max.
No, well, I rolled it twice with advantage, once with advantage. So D20 plus in D20, and then I rolled the damage.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought
you didn't see the damage.
Yeah. So 19 and 8, that was the advantage attempts, and then 9 was the total damage.
Dang. Yeah.
Beauty.
All right. You bring it down on his leg, kind of trying to avoid Tinsel as much as possible, and you just hack, down to the bone. He wails. He's like, ah! and he's trying now he's like going to get himself up, hopefully next time he comes around. That was a good hit.
I'm gonna look back at the axe and look at Brawny after that and say, I know we're close pals, but don't ever try to shave my ass again.
It's pretty good.
Brawny maintains his composure as he like lifts his axe, like he wants to hit him again now, like he's just tries to ignore it.
He's ready. You chop trees for a living. You want to cut this guy short. All right. So it is now Tinsel's turn at the top of the round.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm gonna disengage a bit. I'm gonna make some distance now that Buddy Boy is up and about.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up this way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's about 20 feet. My speed is 25.
Yes.
And I'm going to use my action to take that candy that I had, the peppermint. And you gave me the ability of control candy. I can manipulate candy like it were putty in your hands, make it any simple object or shape out of candy. The candy can also be hardened to make it stronger or smushier. Now, could I potentially take that 5 pounds of peppermint and shape it into maybe a rapier?
Yes. Please do.
All right. I don't think I would have proficiency or anything, but I would still love
Sure.
my guy to have his own little rapier.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so-
You like, concentrate on the candy in your backpack, and kind of out comes this spike of peppermint, and it's got a nice weight to it. You know what you're doing.
Awesome. And as I do that, I'm going to point it at them and go, riposte, motherfuckers.
Fair enough.
All
So
right.
you stand at the ready.
Cool.
All right, so now it is Redbear's turn. He is going to go into as much of a rage as an elf can. Yeah, so you watch as the bleeding stops from his leg. He gets up and he looks at you, Brawny. He doesn't he has his spear, but he turns it around and just goes for a home run. Oh, but you see it coming from a mile away. His windup is so big that you just take a step back, and then he goes
Just whiffs.
just nothing at all. And he is not looking too hot right now. He's just frustrated, can't hit anything.
Nice swing, chump.
The other berry, though, he now leaps into the air.
Oh shit.
And he is flying above. Oh, I'm moving the tree, not the berry. Hang on. Why can't I grab the berry? Oh, am I
Grab the berries out of the trees.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't I pick up this stupid thing? There it is. Okay. Oh, I'm making them bigger. Good lord. How do I just move it? Oh my god. You know what?
Just move the tree.
Oh, it's because I'm oh, okay. I got it. Hang on. Select, move. There we go. Okay. So he's starts flying over here, and he's trying to get out of the way. He's trying to make sure that you don't have a sight on him.
Okay. And the tree suddenly just shifts
And
back.
all of the tree, the tree moves back.
But there's a magical tree. They're known to move on their own.
We are on the North Pole, silly.
You gotta chop those down before they spread.
Yeah,
They're an aggressive species.
Ronnie's whole thing is he makes sure that the magic trees don't get out of it.
He dabbles in conservation.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, second berry, he's flying in the air, and he's got his weird candy cane bow that's sort of it's the cane part of the candy cane, but
Okay.
you're not really sure how it works.
It's licorice.
It's really bendy. Yeah, it's got licorice.
It's licorice.
And he is going to fire again at Brawny because he sees that other Barry is having his twin Barry is having a hard time.
His twin berries? What?
Yeah.
Don't aim for my berries.
Another Barry. Get away from my Barry.
Leave my berries alone.
So that would be a 14, I believe.
Oh, what is my AC?
Yeah, did your AC?
Oh, 14.
Yes.
14.
14. Okay, so he does hit for 4 damage. So he's all right. You know, he's gonna be hard to get. He's like 25 feet in the air right now. So that is his turn, and
I'll get him.
Now it is Brawny's turn. So the previously whiffing Barry in front of you.
Yeah. So like, you know, he winds up and he swings at Brawny, and he just like kind of just dips out of the way and then like goes back into place. And he already had his axe raised, and he just swings. He just aims like right for his collarbone just to see where he hits him here.
Oof. All right, yeah, roll.
Hey. 16.
Nice. Yeah, that'll do it. Go ahead and roll for damage. Damage.
8.
Nice. Damn, that is. So yeah, you do hit him like squarely. You hit him squarely in the in the shoulder. He like crumples a little bit, but then he like gets up in response and is like, kind of muscling through the pain, but he is looking a little unsteady at this point.
Brawny's like, I'm gonna chop you down, boy. As he's just like, he's literally just like tree motion, just
yeah, just keep.
And I'm
just
in
keeps
the background going timber.
Yep. And with that, Tinsel yells timber, and then what do you do?
All right, so I take it that I saw Dingus fly out of the tree a bit at first.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, I think Brawny's got things pretty well under control with Barry and his berries. I'm gonna just move down a little bit, and since he's now out of range of my good buddy, I'm gonna get eyesight on him. Do I reacquire him at least? I take it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to. How many times can I use chromatic ornament?
I
don't know how many spell slots I had.
I think I put 4 down.
4 spell slots?
Yeah, so you have 4 spell slots, and they're all the same-ish.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hold on, let me see here. No, I'm gonna use peppermint knife. Fuck this guy. I know I have my rapier, but I can hold on to that for after. So I throw a candy cane and it splinters and becomes several candy canes on impact. Range spell attack for 1d10 damage, and every creature 5 feet from the impact must make a dex save or take an additional 2d6 damage. Damn. Okay. So his dex save, I guess my casting would be wisdom, I take it?
Yeah, he does. Okay. He definitely does not make it.
All right. I should probably roll to hit anyway.
See if you hit first. Yeah.
Okay.
Sneak peek.
And my rolls are taking a turn now. I got would I have proficiency with it?
Yeah. So your spellcasting should be like +5.
Yeah. Okay. So 12.
Yeah, that is enough.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Barely.
Fuck.
So he takes 1d10 plus 2d6. Sweet.
And as it hits him, I want to say, "Have some candy, little boy."
And he's like, sort of. He's like, wasn't really looking at you, and so he like turns, and then the candy cane like hits him like right in the chest.
Nice. And I just rolled for 16 damage out of that.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Damn. Damn, that's a lot of damage.
That's a beefy spell. I did well on my 2d6 afterwards that he didn't save against. So.
Oh yeah, and because you did so much damage, he's actually gonna fall out of the sky.
Sweet.
Also. So he's 20. He's up about 20 feet. He's gonna take another 5 points of damage.
Yes.
Nailed
He is not looking good either. He like gets hit by this candy cane, and then it goes and like catches him in the arms and in the face a little bit, and so he's got like red and white stripes all over, plus the blood that's coming down. He looks like a candy cane now.
Oof.
And he falls. He's like and then just and into the snow, which it's heavy. It's not that heavy of a snow.
Yeah.
So he pretty much just hits the ground. But then it is Redberry's turn, and he is so pissed right now. He again kind of like shifts the giant peppermint cane in his hands, which like is pretty big. You guys are like 4 feet tall. It's about that tall. And he like goes and charges at Brawny. Cool. And this time he's gonna hit. So he takes his peppermint cane and like kind of does like a ramming motion, tries to get underneath you and lift you up. And you take 6 damage.
Not bad.
Yeah, and now he takes it out, and he's like, bet you like that.
Brawny like spits 2 teeth back in his face. He just spit because Brawny's looking pretty rough. So he just spits them out of his mouth, and like blood comes out. And he chomps down the candy cane in his mouth, and like the rest of it falls in the snow. And he's like, he looks at him, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be just like the competition, always coming up short. And he pulls his axe like back, so when it's his turn.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Beauty.
That was pretty fucking good. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna. I love roleplay like that. Go ahead and take advantage on that strike.
Oh, is it my turn? I lost track of the turn order.
It is Greenberry's turn, but you know what? He's gonna get up and like he looks kind of a little bit hazy, like he's dazed. He's gonna start running up northward.
Uh-oh.
And he's just like, I gotta get out of here. And he kind of goes off the map a little bit. So I'm
just bails on his buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete this. I'll just get rid of it.
Is he gonna make it out in time, or can I try and like give chase? I don't know.
No. You can. Yeah, you can probably. He's just like starting to.
Okay.
To but you can. You'll be able to do stuff.
Okay.
And now it is Brawny's turn, and he has his axe ready.
Oh, I crit.
Oh!
I crit.
Get that crit on the board. It's hot. That is
So 14 damage.
Damn, yeah. He is not surviving this. How do you finish him off?
Oh yeah, Brawny just after he's pissed. So after he spits his teeth out and like he shifts to the rest of the teeth in his mouth, and he bites his candy cane to like just get rid of it. And yeah, he says so the competition was coming up short, and then he hits him horizontal because he's trying to hit him at like the hip to make him shorter, right?
Yeah.
So he just boom, he just cleaves him, and whether he cleaves him all the way through or not, I'll leave up to you. But I imagine his hip just like flings off, and he just
you get him so clean, like just. And for a second, you're like, did I miss? Because like nothing happened, and then he just kind of slides off.
Wait, I gotta add to that then. So after he swings, he's like, oh, did he miss? And like I imagine Brawny kind of notices, and he kind of like he puts his axe in his belt, and he reaches into like his coat pocket, and he pulls out like a mini box, and he opens it up, and there's more candy cane cigars in there.
Yeah.
So he's pulling one out as the body just goes, and he puts one in his mouth. He's ready to go.
Beautiful.
Hell,
am I up?
They're brutal. Yeah, you are up. So you've got Barry running away from. He didn't get too far. He's like probably 30 feet away from you at this point.
So I'm gonna turn to Bronny and say, "Looks like this guy's gonna try and split as well." And what what's the range on my chromatic ornament?
Oh, you can hit him from there.
I'm gonna actually try and throw it like I'd say 10 feet ahead of him, so that
Okay.
it explodes in his path and startles him. I want to try and stop him in his tracks. And as I throw it, I want to say, "You're not going anywhere, motherfucker."
All right.
So try and throw that. It's got to be pretty accurate, I assume.
Yeah, and also make an intimidation check.
Okay. So first to hit.
Yeah.
I take it this is a spell. It's not an item that I have, right?
Right. Yeah, it is a
Okay.
spell.
So wisdom plus proficiency on that. So that would be a 13 for my throw, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess sorry, it's not to hit. Would it be?
Yeah. No. That's it's like you recognize the distance
Okay.
and are able to
So
get
that
in
is
front
the
of
target.
But yeah, roll again
For intimidation?
For intimidation, yes.
Okay. Charisma, which is +3. Ooh, yeah. 14.
14. Okay. Barry is not like he gets the blast in front of him and he does stop. But he is not ready. Like he's like, I'm not staying stopped. So he stops for a second.
Okay.
But he essentially we're if you guys want to give chase, you can, but he's just gonna proceed to like double dash away.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to catch up to him. Sorry. He's faster than I thought, partner.
Well, yeah, this one's in 2. And he just kind of like shrugs, like, "Well, wait, what? He's not chasing him either. I mean, we'll let him go."
They started it.
Yeah.
Oh, and oh my god, I'm like I have it written right here. I almost forgot. So as Greenberry is like getting away, he does kind of like slow up a second. He looks over his shoulder and sees, and he's like, "Good luck getting to the spider webbing. We took out the bridge." And then and then he like started, and then he just keeps running.
Bronny yells back, "I'm gonna rebuild it with your friend's bones."
The most brutal of Santa's elves.
I'm just gonna look. I look over at Bronny and I just kind of go, "Really?"
He just goes,
"Just macabre."
"Don't tell Santa I said that. Just don't." He's like cleaning the blood off of Zach's like in the snow and like trying to cover up the blood with the snow, and like Bronny's like, "Oh shit, what did I do? Like, what did we do?"
As elves living in the North Pole, you like don't see a lot of violence. This is like a once century sort of thing, but whew, these guys...
Contrary to popular opinion, we're quite brutal as a race.
When we need to be, we get it done.
Yeah, how do you think all those toys get made? Discipline. Anyway, so you guys know what bridge they're talking about.
Okay.
You didn't know that was like the direction, or you were maybe hoping that you wouldn't have to go to that side of the ravine. There's like this gorge.
Is that the same way that he just fled to, or did he go somewhere else?
No, he's going like back toward the town, or at least away from you guys. The bridge is probably like off to your southwest, and he's heading like northish. And you guys have been following these tracks looking for the licorice spider den, not having been successful finding it yet, but if it's on the other side of the bridge, then yeah, you're gonna have to, find a way to get over it. And but Brawny has definitely been to like the only bridge that is in the Peppermint Hills for there's nothing else that would make sense that he would be talking about.
All right, I'm gonna pat down the guy cleaved real quick, see what he's got on him. Anything that can help
Which
us.
half?
Yeah.
I'll do the torso. You can have the lower half.
All right.
I know how much you like that lower half there. You can. Yeah, he just goes over to the top half.
So you find a giant candy cane, which is been sharpened into a spear, and it's like it's hefty. Even though Barry is now lying on the ground in two, he must have been pretty strong. Maybe not as strong as yourself, but he could. You pick it up and you're like, oh yeah, that would be hard to wield. And then he does have a couple of packets of hot chocolate on him.
Take those.
You could, yeah. And on the bottom half, you these pants don't have pockets.
Fucking elf tailors.
Yeah. So yeah, they're like yoga pants for elves, I guess.
Damn jeggings.
I hate jeggings. But you do find stuffed in one of the boots a rainbow colored lollipop, and it's just like wrapped up like a lollipop would be. However the what is that? The stick, like normally they're like white. This one is black. So it's like black.
How long has this been in here?
Rainbow, thing. Yeah. Like,
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw that in my pocket. I'm gonna like kick the leg over a little bit in disgust and go, well, you fancy a cup of that cocoa you found?
I think it's a damn good idea, and I know exactly the tree to get the wood from. And he looks at the tree that was moving, and he's like, "I'm coming for you." And he,
that's not an aspen.
No, that's the invasive roamer.
The tree starts to like move.
Don't you?
Slowly.
And he starts chasing it. He's like, it's like, don't you, and the tree like he just starts sprinting at it with his axe out.
The hardest part about those trees is noticing that they're there. They're not very fast, but they can move.
Yeah, they'll shift out of your vision when you're not looking. But Brawny, he knows how they work. He knows. So he hacks a branch off somewhere. And he's just like he just looks at the tree real close. And he goes, "You did this. You did this. This is what you get. You did this." And he's hacking off a branch.
Eventually, you get it down. Really funny.
Go on, get out of here. I'll see you again in these parts.
You make a very nice fire. You have a kettle with you. You boil some. And
Brawny has a mug, right? And the mug is beautiful.
Nice mug.
It's beautiful. It's surrounded in all of the tree brands, like all of the tree types in the area, like engraved in like pewter. And it's like it's like a foot tall, so it's like really big. It hangs off like his pack on the back. Yeah. So he just pulls that sucker out.
Lumberjack.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's just world's best lumberjack right on there. Like it actually says world's best Santa, but he crossed that out and wrote lumberjack.
You stole Santa's
Yeah,
mug?
he took one of Santa's mugs. So
he's always leaving them.
He leaves them everywhere. He never finishes his drink anyway. So whatever. I took his mug. So what? So yeah, he sets the mug like right in the middle of the fire to heat it up, the hot chocolate and everything, and
yep. Oh
he
man.
Drinks it with two hands. He's just like,
I'm sitting there cross-legged tinsel style, and I've got my little teacup and saucer, and I'm just.
You always got to
Yeah.
slurp like that, and then like the gulping noise from Brawny can be heard like through the
classy.
mountains, like
Oh yeah. Go.
classy, whatever. And you just gulp, gulp, gulp.
So I think that means I get 2 of my spell slots back.
Yes.
So I have 3 of 4 now.
You both have a hot cocoa ability of some kind. I think yours is Tinsel's is 2 spell slots recovered, and I believe Brawny's you get combat bonuses.
Yeah, I get +2 to attack and damage for 1 hour. So if it's more than an hour from now, I won't have it anymore. But if it's within an hour, then I'll still have that
Pretty
bonus.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys feel invigorated having hot chocolate next to a bifurcated man, and you set out on your way straight for the bridge area, I guess. There you reach the
Oh, wait. I got to retcon something here.
oh sure.
I'm not going to leave the body. So
Okay.
I'm going to use my whip. I'm going to tie the body parts kind of together and into my pack so they drag behind me. So when we get to the river, I'm going to throw them in the river.
All right.
Nice.
That's
Okay,
my plan.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, easily done. You drag. There's a bloody trail behind you.
Yeah, I'd like
for
to say I
a couple
think
miles.
I'm leading the way now.
You are no longer behind. That makes sense. Yeah. So you guys make it there. Luckily, you were within just a couple miles, and you make it to the bridge, and you do notice that one like half of the hanging rope or the rope bridge has been severed, and so it is severed like in a way that the from this side the bridge
Swung away.
and it's to the other side now, and so you would have a hard time reaching it. It's probably a good 60 to 80 feet across. If
How deep is this
So-
ravine?
and so you look down, you see a fairly slow moving river at the bottom, but it is deep, like
It's far.
100 plus and then some.
Shit.
And,
I'm gonna look.
it's also like sheer, there's not really an easy way of getting down unless you have
Right.
crazy amount of climbing experience.
I'd turn over to Brawny and say, "Well, old chum, this is really gonna suck, but if we want to add the 3rd story to our gingerbread house, we have to get that dang web."
And he just, as he throws half the body like into the ravine. And then like he throws it, but he doesn't throw it hard enough, so it gets caught like on a ledge like 10 feet down, like in the ravine.
Ooh.
So he's like, hang on. And he's picking up rocks and he's just like throwing them at the body, trying to like get it to keep falling. And I imagine
I'm just face palming.
eventually like he grabs the legs then and he just goes, I can do this. And he throws them. And I imagine like it hits the torso and both pieces just go falling down in the ravine. And he looks up and he's like, well, you got the communicator and call Rudolph.
I thought you grabbed it.
He starts like patting himself and no.
Well, fuck.
If only.
Oh, jeez. Well,
'Kay.
I mean, you could throw me, but I'm
He,
almost the same size.
he just like he rolls his shoulder and he's like, I mean, probably not gonna work.
Yeah, it was a shot in the dark. I'm gonna look around. Actually, is there any other like candy items around me or anything like that?
Go ahead and make a Just make a perception check this time.
Okay. Nah, I crit.
Oh,
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So like
boys.
you like kind of like look around, and then like between a split in the trees, you can see the red and the white stripes of a candy peppermint boulder. About like 100 feet away. Like it's far, so it would have been really difficult to.
Okay. Um. So I'm gonna turn over to Brawny again and say, hey, buddy, is your chopping arm feeling up to the task?"
And he's currently examining another tree. Like he's just like he's like running his hands down it, and he's just like following the grain. He hears you and he turns back. He's just like, "What do you need?"
Let's build a bridge in good practice.
All right then. He starts like chopping the random tree in front of him.
Okay. And how long across was this ravine? You said, sorry, like 60 feet.
It's about 60 feet. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over to that boulder and use my control candy spell. Now, how long does that last? How much am I able to use that in one go?
I would say you could probably use it for like a good 10 minutes. So,
Okay.
like and you can manipulate, like sort of make it flow like water a little bit. So it maybe like a couple gallons at a time. Like you would still have to move.
Yeah.
And maybe it wouldn't be quite enough to make a full bridge
Yeah.
cross, but
Okay, well, what I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and like flow most of the candy I can closer to the edge of this ravine.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna bust it off into like little slats that are wide enough to step across. And I'm gonna say, hey, Brawny, maybe try and get the tall trees if you can, not the sexy ones. I know that you get turned on by some of those.
Yeah, he's currently doing the same thing with his hands, where he's like following the grain of the wood, and he's hacking it in a way like really just precise. And then you realize this tree is only like 4.5 feet tall that he's cutting down, and it's right next to like a 22-foot one or whatever. And he's just like,
that's so good.
Yeah, it's always bossing me around. He goes over and starts chopping down the big one.
Okay, yeah. Why not? Okay, so Tinsel should make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Just to see if you can, how effectively, how fluidly, you can do this task.
5.
Okay.
Shit.
So you're gonna need a little bit of help.
Yeah.
From the lumber aspect.
Yeah, I have a question about that. I was going to say, because I'm going to use the trees as like the support for him to wrap the candy around, so it's like sturdy,
right,
as it hangs out over the ravine. So I was going to ask, but you just said it. Like, can I give him advantage because I'm helping with that part of it? So.
Okay, you wanna just give him another roll?
Yeah, I'd rather just give him another roll with it.
Okay, sure.
I hope I don't fail you, big buddy.
No, you just got to use the foundation. He rolls like a log into place as you try it again.
Oh, and I roll a 14 when he says
there you
that.
Go.
Nice, awesome. Okay, so between the two of you start, slatting down these candy shapes, and you even get like a little bit of candy wire going.
Nice.
And then the logs, you just get these two giant trees side by side, and you don't really have enough time or tools to do much more than just like lay them down.
Yeah.
But with those laid down on the candy slats, it is able to stretch much farther.
Sweet.
Because you're not using the candy
to stretch across.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're using the candy more as a support. And you guys, I would say this whole thing takes takes about like 20 minutes or so. You are proficient in chopping down trees. They don't have to be very thick. They just have to be tall. And then the candy spell even only lasts.
Bronny likes them thick trees.
thick with 2 C's.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yeah.
So I turn to Braun and I say, you know what, pal? I think we do some pretty fine work when we have to. And I go for another high five.
Know how to build stuff too.
You're goddamn right. First place for 83 years. He high fives you.
Yeah. All right.
So good. Chopping wood action. Hell yeah. So
They're
yeah,
both
so you
all
guys
sweaty. It's like
Yeah.
heroic music. Brody's just like wiping sweat off. It turns into like snow as it falls off of him.
The saltiest snow.
I'd like to think since we're elves, we sweat like fruit punch or something like that.
Yeah. Well,
Sweat white
Eggnog.
chocolate.
pine sweat over here. Bronny's one of Bronny's abilities gives him
Oh yeah, that's right.
pine sweat.
What?
Yeah, I actually, yeah. As we're going out, I smell more and more like a tree. Like as we're going.
Just super tree-like.
He's got his like flannel shirt all rolled up, like above the elbow. He's just like,
Ooh.
he's like a lumberjack.
You've never seen an elf look more manly.
He saw a picture in a magazine once when he was in the human world. So he was just like, "Oh, that's what a lumberjack is," and that's just what he's
That's
copied
my
ever
shit.
since. That's me.
But you still have
So-
the little curly-toed shoes on.
Yep. He can't find the leather boots, and I won't let him skin any reindeer or make them. So
Fair enough.
All right. Well, I am going to, I guess, test my weight first across the bridge because if I break it, then Bronny's definitely not going to make it across.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you step on it. It like creaks a little. You know, you got like that kind of candy crunch. Yeah, just a little bit of sway, but
'Kay.
seems to be holding.
Sweet.
You know, you guys don't weigh too much.
No.
Luckily. And you know, with the proficiency of building giant gingerbread houses, which, you know, one of the tests in the competition is, can an elf climb to the top of it? You know, so
Beauty.
you know, you got to build stairs, that sort of thing. So you know how much an elf weighs.
Sweet.
And you make it across, no problem.
yeah,
Awesome.
Bronny like pats himself. He's like, "I don't know, I'm up to 26 pounds now." As he like starts walking across.
Size of a Jack Russell Terrier.
Same deal. Looks like you easily walk across, no problems. There is there's like a little and then you're like, oh.
Bronny just stops and shifts the candy cane in his mouth and like waits to see if he falls. And like when he doesn't, he just like keeps going. Like,
Okay.
all right, I guess I'm good.
Very
You're across.
Indiana Jones moment right there.
That weight.
All right.
And you actually see on the other side footprints. And you would, you know, surmise that these are probably from the berries. There's 2 sets, and there is one that is going away from you, and then one coming toward the bridge. And so, you know, you're like, well, they must have been here. Strange enough. They must have found something if they knew, you know, to cut the bridge. Like, why would they do that? You know, that's sort of the thoughts that are going through your head.
I don't like the way this smells. It's kind of piney.
And Bronny kind of like looks at himself and he's like, "I've been done sweating for a while. We should be good."
Well, I guess let's just go see what the hell this is about. We've come this far.
Bronny kind of pulls his axe out. He's like looking at it, making sure it's still sharp, and he just kind of like, "Let's go."
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my rapier too.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys follow these tracks for uh like 10-15 minutes. It's about 20 minutes or so left on the combat
The benefit timer.
um and you get to the edge, of a tree line, and you're like, oh, there is a clear, like, there are trees, and then there's like no trees in front of you. And you're like, well, that's kind of weird. And then like a little bit, so you look up a little bit more, and you can see off in the distance a hill, and on top of the hill there's just like a whole bunch of trees, like gathered, like strewn about, sort of like a,
Like laying down on the ground.
yeah, just
Oh,
they're
okay.
just they're not really in a pattern. It's not like a wall or something. It's just kind of like there's a lot of trees on the ground over there that, you look around, there's like stumps
Yeah.
in this area.
So it's like a poor start to a beaver dam kind of thing.
Yeah, like a really poor start. It's not
Okay.
even in a it's on a hill. But that
Brawny,
definitely catches your attention.
yeah, Brawny, have you been here before?
Brawny's kind of already walked over to one of the stumps. As you say that, he's kind of like already almost to one, and he's examining the stump. He's running his hands across it, and he sets his ear like on it, and then like he kind of like licks it, and he's just like, "This is not my chopping pattern. You see, if you come over here and look, you'll notice that this chopping pattern was a little more direct. Mine's a little more give and take with the tree. See, when I chop," he holds his axe up. He's like, "You notice here, this ridge here." He just goes on and on and on about how he chops trees down and how it's better than this.
Oh,
You're such a kind lover to your subjects.
Well, you're gonna hack something down. You might as well be nice to it, right?
And like as you are handling the tree, or what's left of it,
fondling, we'll say.
Yeah, as you're fondling,
he's like walking his hands on it.
Yeah. I could get a splinter from you.
So that could be reworded.
It's very clear that this was like gnawed, but not by like a beaver that does it sort of methodically. It is just sort of like
haphazard.
Yeah, just clawed at and raked across. But it was done enough that the trees fell, sort of like those first couple that you saw, but these ones were dragged away.
Heathens did this.
Yeah.
And they weren't dragged far. Like, you can see where where they are.
Do you think those heathens might be what we're finally fucking looking for here?
I suspect you may be right. He holds his axe in his hand, like out in front of him. He just starts walking towards the pile or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll follow.
Yeah. So, as you get closer, and it's not too far away. It's like 100, 150 feet. But the terrain starts to slope upwards a little bit, and you notice that like the heavier the tree, the closer it is to the bottom of the slope, and the lighter trees are more toward the top of the hill.
Mm-hmm.
But also, as you start to crest the top of the hill, you see a very definitive like cave structure, but it is not made. It's not like what am I trying to say? It's like made in a peppermint boulder.
Oh shit!
So there, it is a very large boulder, and it has been like eaten out of, like just
Carved
kinda,
out,
like,
basically.
carved out. Yeah.
Okay. After you, good buddy.
Real quick too, mechanically, when we were sitting around drinking hot chocolate, was that a short rest? Or a while ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
How many hit die do I have? I don't even know what level we are.
We're technically level 4, I think.
I think you're technically level. I gave you guys, and then just gave you like max hit points. But
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and
I need to roll
I
hit
think
die.
you should roll d10s
D10s.
for
okay.
yours, and then tinsel, I believe, is a d8.
Okay.
If you guys want some hit points.
Yeah, no, that works. Well, I've already maxed out. There we go.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to roll all of them.
Nice.
I say, after we've rested and had our cocoa, I feel 30 out of 30, good buddy.
Yeah, if I had to put a number on it, I'd say I'm pretty much 42s all around.
Good numbers.
You never were good at math, Brawny.
Listen, I can count the hell out of a tree ring. Okay?
That's important when
As
you need
it's
to know how
below
old it
42.
is. It's like it's below 42. Oh, God. All right.
So again, there's this cave entrance in front of you, and it's like it's fairly deep. It looks like it kind of dives down. It's not just the boulder on top, but it kind of like slopes, and you guys can see that. If you go in there, it's like a little bit dark.
With my rapier, I'm gonna like smack Brawny in the ass a little bit, Dumb and Dumber style, to try and get him to move ahead.
We're elves, so we have dark vision.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Making sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you whack him, and he was actually looking for tree roots, and he's like, hey! And he just like he kind of like trudges forward a little bit faster, like to more like a normal pace, and he just but he's entering like at the ready.
Okay.
So he's very prepared for anything that happens.
All right. Go ahead and both of you make a perception check.
Okay. 12.
11.
Okay. So you start to descend into. Ooh, excuse me. Yep, burp. You start to descend into the cave, and it's very plain. There's not a whole lot going on as as it slopes down, and it does start to level out a little bit. And out of the corner of both of your eyes, you swear you see something move, just kind of like, and very silently. And you also notice there are clumps of like white, glistening.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Yeah, exactly. Just like clumps of white, glistening, like kind of gooey substance that you know that you've seen this before. It is the peppermint.
Good idea.
The licorice spider webbing.
Okay.
That you are looking for. But like what you see on the ground is like dirty, used,
It's not
like
good stuff.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
So Brawny's he's gonna start doing like military hand motions, but none of it makes sense. And the reason he's doing it, and he looks back and he's like, I saw that in this movie, Band of Brothers. The humans watch it, and he starts like doing like like hand motions or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like,
Great.
just flip him off.
And Brody looks
like
like he's just like, I don't know what that one means.
Yeah. I think Tinsel's a little bit unnerved at this point. Like he definitely talks a big game, but he's a bit of a softie. I'm gonna he's gonna flip Brawny off and just kind of like absent-mindedly like grab his coat and be like, let's go, and kind of like push him further into the cave a little bit.
Yeah, Brawny just like starts taking steps as he gets pushed and just kind of starts walking in continuously.
Okay. Yeah, and it's a tunnel for only a short while, and kind of where you saw the little bit of movement, it starts to open up, and it like kind of starts spreading out, and there is now with your your dark vision, you can kind of see the out a little bit of bone, like there's like
You cut out for a second there. Sorry. Kind of see the what?
there's like a little bit of bone,
Okay.
like larger chunks of peppermint,
Okay.
that are sort of scattered around, and then there's just one really big boulder in the center, that is like kind of weirdly placed. It's a rock,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but like it has snow on it, and it seems like the focal point of this area. it's real weird.
What a lovely centerpiece, don't
Yeah.
you think, Ron?
Well, if I had to
There's
pick
nothing-
one, I'd use something made of wood, but it is quite lovely.
Well, it's just like there's nothing else in here, but then like it looks like there was a boulder place.
So, this is where. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't work. I have to wait till we're in combat. I was gonna say he starts singing his workshop song because he's nervous,
Oh right, yeah.
but it has to be in combat or whatever.
So you guys also on top of like you look up above the boulder, and you see this beautiful network of webbing. It if spiders could make something like snow look like snow, that's like parts of it kind of look like that, but it is just random, or at least made in sort of a like a nest format, rather than a like web that's trying to catch things.
Tinsel catches his breath with just like a that's what we need, partner. And I'm gonna hate playing into this because I know what's going on, but I feel like Tinsel, maybe I should roll an insight check with Tinsel. Would that be okay?
Yeah. Well, actually, so I as the spiders hold a critical failure, and so as you are looking up at the webbing, you just see like two spiders come out, and they like stand there for a second. They don't seem to notice you, and then they move off into like the relative darkness, beyond your dark vision sense, onto the walls where there isn't really any like background to catch them upon. So you know they're there.
Well, shit, goddamn, partner. What do you think?
And like Bernie's like holding his axe like close to his body because he's kind of scared of these big ass spiders. Finding his own kin, that's fine. Cut him in half, but big ass spiders, no. So so but he looks over at looks back at Tinsel rather because I think he said he was behind him like holding his coat or whatever, and he's like, well, we gotta go 84 in a row. Gotta do it. And he just starts like trying to creep up to be able to get up there to get as much of like the silk web as he can, I guess. That's what we need, right?
Okay. Yeah. You are looking for that webbing up there. And
do I see a way to climb at all or no? Oh, you cut out by the way.
Here, I'll help him. How about being the smaller of the two of us, I'm gonna interlace my fingers, kind of like the boosting motion, and be like, "Let's go, buddy."
Sure, yeah. Okay, yeah. So the webbing does extend, pretty far down, but it is, it's about 10 feet off the ground still. Okay. So like even the two of you together, would have a hard time without maybe making some sort of tool to like grab it.
Nah, not needed, and I'll tell you why. Right now. So it's about 10 feet above us still, even after the boost, right?
No. It's 10 feet up, and you guys are like 8 feet.
Okay, but I have I pull out my whip. That's 10 feet long. And he's just like, he cracks it first. He just goes, "Oh, we should probably be quiet." And like he just like stands there for a second. He's like, "Have it." And then he just like he starts like trying to like get the web and like pull as much down as he can with his whip.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You know what? Just make a general dexterity check, I think. And Tinsel, what are you doing?
I'm still looking stupid, like I was gonna boost this guy who's clearly bigger than me. I'm just watching him being big.
Fair
with
enough.
with my back against that big boulder that I had hoped to boost him up on.
Okay.
I rolled a 13.
13, gotcha. So so you start, grabbing little chunks of the webbing, and it comes down. Like as it comes down, it's light. It's like light, and you as you grip it, you're like, man, like this is
the good shit.
Yeah, you're excited, and you're gonna need, you're gonna need a lot. These handfuls that you're getting, it's good, but like this is gonna take a long time, and you can hear like skittering on the other side of the room now. What you're doing is causing like
commotion,
ripples through the rest of the webbing. And you see a spider come out, and it's like above you now.
I'm gonna just kind of like tap Brownie on the arm and be like, just wait a second. I think we're about to really fuck up here.
Brownie just looks down. He's like, "What?" He looks up. He's just still. He's like holding his whip, just like still.
All right, both of you roll a stealth check.
Okay.
You try and hide.
That's Dex. 19.
6.
Nice.
All right.
Failure, success.
I'm gonna try rolling this other d20 just because I don't know if this is like, if it's this die giving me these crazy rolls.
So the spider is like, huh? I thought I felt something.
Wait, does this actually say that?
Like, no, it doesn't.
Oh, damn it! Okay.
It speaks in licorice.
Maybe it speaks Elvish. I don't know.
You kind of get that feeling from it. Like it comes out, It like
must have been the wind.
turns. Yeah, exactly.
Tinsel, stop monologuing.
And then like you see another spider come out. Maybe they talk for a second, and then they both leave. You guys are seemingly undetected.
All right, do we have enough at this point? How much do we need? Like, where are we at with that?
I would say like you probably got like a good I don't know, what do you need? Like I'd say like let's say you want
like fill in the graph
like,
right there. Fill this in. Where are we at?
Oh wait, what the fuck?
Like, are we like here? Are we like here?
Yeah. That's like less than 50%.
Okay, all right. So we got a long way to go.
Like I'm trying to like imagine a giant like it's like sort of magical spider silk stuff, but also it's a giant gingerbread house. Like there's scale. So let's just say like half-ish around there.
All right. Well, Brawny's idea would just be to essentially mechanically spend another round collecting. So whatever that accounts for in the environment, but unless Tinsel has a better idea.
Okay.
I don't have anything other than that, honestly. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Go I'm just gonna. Can I aid him by like catching the pieces for him as well? Maybe we can collect a little bit more.
I will allow that. Okay. So here's what I want. A dexterity check from Brawny.
Okay.
And
14
from Tinsel. I want you to make a stealth check because you're gonna be like more moving around out in the open catching.
18 plus 2.
Nice. Okay.
Fuck. That's with a new.
We getting this shit.
So I'm gonna say with the 14, so Tinsel deftly maneuvers little bones and like doesn't snap anything, and is silent as he's like catching bits and putting them in his bag. And with this, with the whip, you've gotten another 40%. So I'm gonna say you're at 80%.
Cool.
Not bad. How much is in your bag? How much is in your bag?
Shall we go again?
Buddy, I don't think we quite have enough.
Gotta be shitting me.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
He covers his mouth because of swearing again.
just one good swipe, I think, is all we need.
So Brawny's gonna try and get that last 20%, like in one swipe.
Okay.
He's going risking it all for the biscuits here.
Go for it.
What do you want?
Do I need to stealth
Dex
as
again?
well, or?
Are you gonna try and
I'll
catch it?
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But do the same thing.
15.
I rolled a 9.
9. Okay. So you do manage to knock down the little bit you needed.
Cool.
Wasn't too hard. And the
Goal completed.
The spiders are now like coming over top of the boulder as you are putting the last of the webbing into your pack. You see them crest over the boulder that you were hiding behind, and they realize that you have been taking some of the web, and they're like and then they charge at you. What is you guys' initial reaction? Get the
60-foot dash straight out the front door.
Exit stage left, buddy.
All right.
He's already gone.
Roll initiative for me. I just want to see if you guys were aware before
16.
we start.
Roll the 9 again.
Ooh. Oh man, these spiders, they are jumping real fast.
Shit.
So you guys do start running, but they are close behind. Like I would say like a good 10, 15 feet right behind you.
Shit.
And what do you want to do?
So am I first in the initiative then, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna conjure up a chromatic ornament. I have 2 spell slots left, so I'm gonna use one of those 2. Conjure up a chromatic ornament and just like toss it behind me. I'm gonna keep running, of course. But I'm gonna toss it behind us and hopefully hit something with it.
Roll an attack, and it'll have to be at disadvantage because you can't see.
Yeah, okay. So spellcasting modifier and proficiency, and then take the lowest one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. So it was between a 17 or an 8, and I have to take the 8.
Yeah. That's rough. So you don't hit any spiders, but a large or not, at least not directly, an explosion goes off, and the spiders sort of like they're like, wow, what was that? They've never heard or seen anything like that before. So you manage to slow them down just for a second. Ronnie, what would you like to do in this situation?
So Bronny like dodges the ornament thing as it sails by his head, and he's gonna do like I don't know if you guys watch baseball, but I'm gonna call it the Derek Jeter turn. He's gonna spin and pivot. He's gonna take his whip. He's gonna try and hit one of the spiders, and then spin around and keep running. So he's like doing like a jump, spin, whip, then keep running kind of thing.
Nice. Okay, I like it. Go for it.
Is a whip rolling with strength or with dex? Can I roll with strength? It's melee, right?
I believe dex.
Is it dex?
It is. It is. I think it's dex. So it's +2.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so you hit one of the spiders, and
Yeah, 3 damage.
Spiders have a real high dex save also.
Oh wait,
you don't. You can if
add
you
2.
hit with the add 2.
Yeah, because I have the cocoa strength.
Yeah. You still have the cocoa strength. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 16 and 5 then.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Hope that hits.
Yeah, definitely. They're not too. Okay, so you whip around. Your licorice black whip cracks on one of the spider's legs, and you see a little bit of just this gross black spidery goo come out.
Tasty licorice juice.
They look like coffee blood.
And the spiders and you guys are still running.
Oh yeah.
And in this situation, I'm gonna say that you guys kind of keep pace. This is more of a chase than like actual combat at the moment, unless somebody does something different. But the spider that is in front that you hit is going to try to. He like rears back and sticks his butt out, and he tries to spit the sticky web at you.
Ew. We have enough.
But he fails miserably.
We take it anyway.
I just can't. It lands right in your backpack, and you
just. Yes. We're gonna win.
And then we'll say the one that's like there's 4 spiders. As you look back, you're like, fucking 4 spiders chasing us, and they are like, their legs reach out to 10 feet. So, their bodies are not too big. They're, like good
2
3,
feet or something
4
like that.
feet,
Oh, okay.
but then like the legs are what make them look, ridiculously large, and they are a little bit faster than you maybe. Man,
Shit.
I cannot roll for spiders for shit.
Or you would.
Just like one of the spiders leaps forward, and like lands on one of those logs that you guys are running.
Please tell me
past.
it's a Lincoln log.
Like, yeah, just like boom, like slams into it, misses you completely, and you guys just keep running. All right. So now you guys are up. What do you want to do? Try and slow the spiders down.
Well, how close are we to this entrance now at this point?
I would say at this point you probably are about to breach, into sunlight.
Okay.
So this turn, I would say,
Okay,
you can reach the entrance.
I'm gonna hold my action I'm gonna get to the entrance.
Mm-hmm.
I take it Brawny's basically right with me or just behind me.
Yeah.
Did a spin. I'm gonna hold my action once I get to that entrance, and what's gonna trigger is when he finally passes me. I'm gonna use my last spell slot, and I'm gonna control Candy and basically swipe all of that peppermint at the entrance down and just close them off.
All right, yeah, I am totally into that. All right,
so I'll wait until at least he's up there, but
okay.
it'll be like it's not gonna be it'll be rudimentary, like it's not gonna be the most solid, but it's gonna be like a sheet of peppermint to try and block him off.
Yeah. Okay. Roll an intelligence check, and if I don't remember if I gave you
Arcana? Yeah, I do.
Okay. So roll that.
Okay.
And let me know what you get.
Okay. 12.
Okay. I'm gonna use that sort of as a baseline of like how much you're pulling down, and how fast you want to do it.
Okay.
So you're like, I can only move this much at this speed in order to slam it down.
Okay.
And then Brawny, is there anything that you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to trip with my whip again and attack the spider. So I'm going to do another less graceful attempt, though. Like, the first one was an accident, clearly. So he stumbles a little bit, but he's just like, ugh! And he just, like, whips the whip at him.
Go for it. I like it.
Good.
Ooh, not a crit, but 20.
Ooh, still pretty good.
Tasty.
And that
7 damage.
Even with the 8 legs of the spider, the front, you grab his front leg, or one of them, and you pull it across as he is running, and it just messes him up, and he like doesn't remember which leg was first and starts to stumble off to the side. As the other 3 have to slow down in order to get around him.
Nice.
So he does take a little bit of damage. Pretty good amount of damage with the whip, actually.
Nice.
And then as you are running forward, you whip, he trips, and then you get past your friend Tinsel, and Tinsel has, he's like already has his hands up, slams them down, and you see, these like spikes and wall bits just kind of come down. And
can Tinsel do his snark here, please?
Oh yeah.
Candy shop's closed, fuckers.
Good.
And Brawny dives past him.
The spiders are not fast enough, especially with the having to get around the front spider. They slam into the wall of peppermint, and it cracks. You know,
Oh,
like
shit.
it's not a lot, but it has slowed them down considerably more than, you know, what they were, you know, 10 feet behind you before. You better get going.
All right. I'm gonna ask Brawny. Do you think we can outrun him, or do you think we need to make a stand, buddy?
Bronny just gets up and just starts running.
All
Just,
right, let's go.
Like he skid
You're
past
just-
you and you slammed everything down to like help you because
Yeah.
he saw you standing still, and then like you
Yeah.
asked that, he's just like whoop, you just whoop, just turns and starts running.
Just
You
smacks me
say
in the
that,
back
yeah,
of the
you
head.
say that to nobody as he's, you're like, ah!
Yeah, should we make our stand? You just see him just running.
Oh my god, these spiders.
Doing your hand signals.
Oh, okay, finally. Okay,
Yeah.
so it takes. So you guys get a good like 100 feet before the spiders can even break through the peppermint, you know, wall that you put down. I would say, you know, they do gain a little bit on you every round. However, with the 100 feet that you already have, they're probably gonna catch up to you about the time that you get to the bridge.
Convenient.
And they seem, yeah, I mean, they
It's like we're playing
continuing the
D&D.
chase. How nice for the story.
Lines up
That's my
perfectly.
line. Sorry, I'm eating candy right now too. Ferrero.
Oh, perfect.
In the
I've
spirit
been eating
of
puppy chow, so
Oh,
delicious.
I love it.
Well-
yeah, so they're about like, you know, 30 feet back at this point, but they're still in tow.
Mhm.
You guys have been running for a little bit. Actually, make a Constitution save for me.
Oh shit.
For the amount of running that you've had to
Yeah.
be doing.
Fuck. I don't know why my rolls have been just on par tonight. 17 plus 1.
Nice.
16.
16. That is great. You guys are stout elves. And you know, you guys have been, you know, you've been running for probably a good like 10 minutes now. These spiders are not letting up.
It's a long run.
And you know, yeah, it's a long run. And you know, long hours in the workshop haven't done you wrong. You get to the bridge, and you know, you're not sure if it'll hold running across it.
Where are we at in initiative right now? Or are we still kind of in limbo?
I'd say you guys, yeah, it's sort of limbo. Like, you too long. You've got about a round's worth of thinking, you know. So I'll give you like 10 seconds of if you want to do something before the spiders are about, you know, to.
Okay.
get
Well,
to
I turn to Brawny. I say, I'm all out of cocoa there, sugar daddy. You're going to need to think of something.
How many feet behind us are the spiders again?
They're 30 feet and closing.
And we're at the bridge, like currently.
Yeah, you're at the bridge. Like let's say you're like this, but like you're approaching the bridge. If you stop at the bridge, they will get to you shortly.
Okay. Well, then there's a I think all we need to do is weaken the bridge a little bit and then walk normally across it. That's all I got.
Shit. All right.
I mean, that's I can't think of anything else.
That's-
Oh,
so the
tie
bridge is-
I tie tinsel to me with my whip first, though.
Okay.
Not like
Like
there's
on your
room.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah, like no, like there's slack. You're walking with me, so if it
Oh,
breaks on
okay.
you, I can hopefully hold you. If it breaks on me, hopefully you can like try and swing me back up or something.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
Or maybe we'll both just dangle over the bridge, like on one
Yeah.
spot, like stuck there. I don't know.
Sweet.
Catch a
Okay.
tree branch on the
Alright.
way down.
So you guys are you stop at the bridge, and then you tie yourself to Tinsel,
Yeah.
and then start walking.
And then, but I take my axe and I just give it like one whack, not to break
Like
it, but
what?
just to try and weaken it a
Right.
little bit. So anything
Like
heavier than
behind-
us,
like behind.
yeah, behind.
Okay.
I want
okay.
when if a spider steps on it, I want then it to break, and then we can hopefully
Okay.
start sprinting.
Okay. With that, oh man.
I don't know. Mechanically, I don't know how bridges would hold weight, but I'm just hoping.
So for the axe swing, roll a strength check to try and control how well you smack it.
I smack it real good.
Hey.
Pretty good.
Exactly how I want it. It's like a tree. It's like a tree. Whack. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so you do a superb job of cracking it the way you want to, like straight across, like behind you, and you both are moving steadily forward as you do this.
What
go
the hell
ahead.
are you doing, buddy?
You see, a candy cane, it's like a spruce tree. If you hit it just right, the cracks will follow the rings straight up the. And then he notices like you're walking off, and he's just like, "Yeah, right, spiders."
So the spiders, so you guys make it across, or you are like 30 feet across, so far, because you're walking, and the spiders get there, and because of the break, I'm gonna
Roughly
increase
how many spiders are there still behind us?
There are still 3 spiders.
Okay.
So the one of them like went back, probably the one that was hurt or tripped. So the first spider gets there, and the bridge, like right where you cracked it, he steps, and it just goes, and he snaps down. Both of his legs like are stuck in the bridge, and it is very, very difficult. Like this is only like a 5-foot bridge to get across, and so it has made it incredibly difficult for the other spiders to get over without like slowing down. So you guys make it, you continue walking, you make it to the other side, no problem. Like they're
Sweet.
The spiders are continuing to move across as you complete your journey to the other side. And let me see what happens to the bridge. Oh man, okay, yeah. So the spiders like realize that the bridge is a little bit fragile. They kind of like spread their weight out. And they're moving towards you. They are probably just now starting their journey across, like fully, because they had to wait a whole turn.
Tinsel is currently ripping off the whip from around his waist and being like, "Last time you ever put a leash on me."
Great.
Probably doesn't know what to make of that comment.
Yeah. So you got spiders coming at you.
Yeah, X-Men, what do you got?
Can you do the moldy thing with the candy and the moldy?
And I try it, but like I said before, I'm all out of cocoa, buddy, and I fizzle from the fingers, and that's about it.
I take my axe and I just try to collapse the bridge.
All right, attack it. Attack that bridge. See what you get.
No, 8.
Oof. Okay, so it's not hard to hit, but the spot that you hit it, isn't quite doing it justice, and it cracks, but it's not gonna fall. And the spiders now, they are probably like 20 feet away from you.
Fuck.
So,
Okay.
like one Like one turn. But it's also, but I should say they are like one by one, like coming across
in a line.
yeah.
The
Like
ants go marching one by one.
there's not a lot they can do other than.
Well, I have snow affinity. I don't know if this costs a spell or if this is just like a passive thing that I have.
It's just like sort of a power, like you have it at will.
Would I be able to try and shape out like a whole shit ton of snow, like just kind of like throw it all onto the end of the bridge and like try and make a block, like almost like a big wall so that they can't get around it very easily?
Okay, yeah. I would say you could make it very difficult to get around, like in the time that you have. But it's also not incredibly durable. Like it's not the same as the control candy spell where you can like harden it.
Yeah,
This is
it's just packed snow.
mostly
Basically.
just like just moving it around. But
Okay.
if you continue to do that, it'll slow them down.
Am I able to make our shapes out of snow?
Sorry, what?
Am I able to make like replicas of us out of snow?
It might take
in that time?
more time than
Okay.
just moving. Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna shove as much hardened snow as I can onto the end of this bridge and just hope that it helps us out, I guess.
Okay. You want to give it another good smack, Brownie?
How many feet away are they again?
20.
It's like 20 feet. Like they're probably gonna get to you after the set of events.
I sing my workshop song.
Ew.
Okay.
We get +4. So I get +6 because of my Cocoa strength. But then we all get +4. Unless that wore off.
I'm gonna start humming along to his tune.
That might have worn off by now, but the workshop song is it takes effect immediately.
Okay.
So if you wanna also swing,
then I will.
can.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sweet.
Sounds like a chorus of elves are singing, but it's only one elf. Nice. Okay, how much? Let me see the damage. Just want to see it.
I think I'm doing that right. Oh wait, no, those to attack. Hang on, sorry, no, it's plus. To subtract 2, so it's 14 damage.
Okay, yeah, 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very interesting scene. There are spiders coming at these two elves. One of them is like frantically trying to move snow that is making the bridge much heavier, especially on this side. And then this burly elf breaks out into song, oh, and then you slam your axe down and the bridge just starts cascade collapsing away after that. And the one of the spiders tries to climb up over the snow, but it's way too. All of the spiders are falling down. One of them, the one that had its legs stuck in the bridge, makes it out of this because he wasn't in the middle of it. But the other two just fall all the way down, like hundreds of feet into the river. You look across, the other spider like looks at you and then is like starts going back to whence it came.
Sweet.
That was pretty close.
So Brawny
hair of our chins.
Brawny turns around. He's just like, "Oh my god, we did it! We did it! We did it! We did it! Whoa, yes! He adjusts his voice back down to his low gruffness.
And Tinsel kind of says, "Well, you know, I never doubted us for a second."
Brawny nods and puts his axe on his shoulder and rolls his flannel sleeves back down, knowing that combat is over.
Sweet.
And you guys got what you came for. Plus some, because...
Yeah, we murdered somebody.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The population of the North Pole is one less today.
How long do you think it'll take for Santa to fill that vacancy?
I work in HR. I already know he's been looking for replacements for those twats.
He's still using Career Builder or what?
Basically, he put it up on elfindeed.com.
Oh, Elf Indeed. Yeah. That's a good one. You know, believe it or not, I got my first interview through there.
Yeah, I remember. I interviewed you, you dolt.
Oh, yeah.
You guys saunter on back to the town, and there is very little competition this year, especially since one of the berries is no longer competing.
Everyone's just kind of looking around for him, like, where did he go?
Yeah, the other berry, like, you see him at the competition, and he disqualified himself because he couldn't possibly make a gingerbread house on his own. And you guys, you create this gingerbread house, that has 3 stories, and it would only be possible with the strength and durability of the spider silk that you acquired, with some difficulty, but definitely worth it. And the prize this year is a plate of Mrs. Klaus's famous cookies, and they are so delicious. You guys eat them all in one go. There's like 20 cookies, and you're like, this is the kind of thing that you only get once in a 15 blue moons.
I look over at Tinsel and I'm like, as a cookie's in my mouth, I'm like, I don't know, is it worth it? As I'm like eating one.
I say we go for 85 years in a row, buddy.
I say we cut down the competition 1 year at a time. And I look over at the last the other blueberry guy, and I point my axe at him.
Yeah.
Just reminding him what happened.
I'll scan the rest of the competition and just be like, who's after them?
And we look over and we see like...
And thus began the homicidal tendencies of Tinsel and Brownie.
The Purge North Pole edition.
Nobody knows about it. Like, for the next 50 years, the culling of the elf population, nobody knew who was murdering them.
Just slowly but steadily decreased. Yeah.
Santa's next.
That's what I got, guys.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was great.
That was super fun. You guys did great. That was awesome.
It's a lot of
Couldn't
fun.
do it without my big buddy.
I couldn't have done it without my Tinsel.
That sounds dirty.
So amazing. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for tuning in. I mean, I love doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Super
fun.
And I think that we're gonna do more of these.
Yeah, we are. We're planning on actually having a feature called One Shot Wednesday. And I think that the more people that we get involved, the funner it will be. And I mean, we
with
can all take turns.
opportunities for the player or for like people, right?
Yeah, I think
come in.
followers and subs and whatnot, we're going to come up with the rules here more solidly, but we got some ideas I think that we've all talked about, and
I think that would be a lot of fun.
get everybody involved in playing, and if they feel like they're up to the task. And there will be a selection criteria, of course. We want to make sure that we keep the stream quality good, but we want to try and get as many people as we can in and involved with it. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely. We start from here and build on, and you've set the bar high as a DM for One Shot Wednesday, because that was a blast.
That was really good.
Yeah,
man, I gotta be 30 minutes before. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I heard you say you're nervous. I'm like, why is he nervous? It's just Dungeons and Dragons, man. You got this. It's fun. Good times.
Sure. Yeah, it's true. I play all the time.
Yeah,
I can never have a problem.
It's so different in stream, right?
So, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's
No,
I think it's like you're not playing necessarily with people. You're playing like it's like a little bit different, but I got into the groove, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And brilliant ideas. I did not expect that.
Oh yeah, I was trying to throw you off around every turn with random role play and random crap, and it was you just kept going with it.
I love it. I loved it. That was so good.
That was a blast. Yeah, I'm excited for Tuesday, because that's our next the Ret-Con-Artist. Yeah.
Here's hoping that we're able to get everyone back together for this Tuesday. I don't see any reason why not. We've all discussed it before. I'm pretty sure we should all be able to do it, no problem. Paul's going to be in Newfoundland, but he should be able to connect, he said. If that changes, I mean, we'll have a backup plan. We'll probably still be able to play more D&D if you guys are up for it, even if Ret-Con-Artist has to be put over another week, but I'm really hoping not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll be here, so
right
I'll definitely be here.
Oh, sure.
In the meantime, you guys check out our Twitters. I put all the Twitters in my little overlays there. You can see it in the other guys' overlays, I believe, as well. Check out those Twitters, and any updates that we have, we will try and post there as much as we can. And
I'm so bad at Twitter.
Oh yeah, me too. You get used to it over a little bit of practice.
Yeah. I just need to check it more than like once a year.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thank you all again for joining.
Yeah, man.
And thank you, Icosahex. That was wonderful DMing. I had a lot of fun being able to play.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Okay. See you guys.
See you later.
Have a good one.
All right, well, that was a good time. We're gonna end the stream there. I think that was fun. We did a lot of good things there. It was a good session. So thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate everyone for stopping in. Turdy, if you're still out there, thanks for the great ideas. We'll see everyone next time. I think I might be playing some Tarkov in a little bit. I'm not entirely sure yet, but hey, we'll catch you guys on the next one.